Hello. Sorry, just a note to the technical team. I couldn't use the internal chat. So I guess it's fine if I start now, right? I can read your messages, but I can't send any. Okay, great. So, welcome everyone to today's session about scholarships and free education in Germany and Europe. My name is Gesa Heim. I hold a Master of Science in Higher Education and Science Management, and I'm specialized in German and European higher education sector. And I do this since over 15 years, so I gained quite a bit of expertise with that. And I'm a senior expert in the YUF team here that is presenting this session to you today, together with the wonderful assisted mobile app, of which YUF is a special feature. I'm based in Berlin, in Germany, with nice fall weather today. And I'm very, very happy to talk to you, actually. So, my first task is to convince you that it is a very good idea to study in Europe. Especially and particularly, I want to draw your attention to some countries, namely Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, and other countries, because unlike other European countries, these countries do not distinguish between local and international students when it comes to education and tuition fees. Countries like Germany, Switzerland, Austria, but also Italy offer scholarships to students based on their financial background as well as on their educational acumen. And there are hundreds of different types of scholarships available with most tuitions. So in these countries, believe it or not, you can study for free without paying tuition fees. Of course, you'll need money for your living expenses, and that's why we are here together with you today to explain you some ways how to finance also your study. But first of all, let me go a little bit to Germany. This is also a picture from Berlin, where I am at the moment. I'm not exactly there, where what you see in the picture, which is the building of the German parliament. In Germany, we have low or no tuition fees, neither for domestic nor for international students. There are hundreds of top ranked universities and quite affordable living costs, although they are rising, of course. Lots of study programs are taught in English, particularly at the master's level. There are great job opportunities for international students and graduates here, and very good and very high chances of settling after completing education for all of you. We offer internationally recognized degrees and travels to all of Europe on a student visa. And if you like, you can become part of a diverse community. Now let's move to our neighboring countries, Austria and Switzerland. So, why is it a good idea to study in Austria, for example? There are also no tuition fees, neither for domestic nor for international students at the public universities, and they offer highly specialized study programs in English language to international students. The quality of life is high in Austria. There is a high level of social security, and universities promote student participations in sports and recreational activities. It is known to be one of the most livable countries in Europe, and it's quite still an affordable study destination. And it's beautiful. It's really, really nice to live there. I did this, and it was a very, very fabulous experience. But also, neighboring Switzerland is a very good option if you want to save tuition fees. It's as one of the safest countries in the world, and it offers excellent study programs at affordable costs to international students. Sharing its borders with five other countries, it is a traveler's paradise, and Swiss scientists are held in high demand all over the world. The country has a penchant for efficiency, which is well reflected in its transportation and all public access systems. And the geography, with its mountains, lakes, and everything, is as diverse as the people in this country. So, all the three and other countries in Europe, very good options where you do not even pay tuition fees, but you have to, of course, finance your studies somehow. But before this question, of course, you need to find the right university and the right study program. And we know that this can mean quite some challenges. Namely, you can ask the questions, how I find the right program for me, and where and how do I submit my applications? What are all of these documents required that the university is mentioning on their websites? And where do I get my attestations done? What are the next steps to take before I can actually go to study abroad? And what kind of questions will I be asked in the visa interview? All of these questions and many more arise when someone is starting to think about studying abroad, of course. The good news is that we can assist you. Who we are? We are a professional recruitment and higher education consulting team with years of experience in recruitment for the European and worldwide higher education sector. We have experience not just in recruitments, but also visa processing, accommodation assistance, and scholarships. We are committed to providing you assistance from start to end in every aspect of your university admission: the application submission, the coordination of the application process with the university, visa support, accommodation service, projects during your studies, and many more features. Now, what is special about us and why should you use us, YUF, within the assisted mobile app to find the perfect place to study for you? We develop for you what we call the perfect triangle: predict, support, succeed. We predict the admission probability with our unique artificial intelligence based app Assisted, relying on data from previously admitted students in 500 plus universities. Because if you go to a university that doesn't charge tuition fees, it means that maybe it's not so expensive to go there, it's very good to go there, but there are not so many spots available. So there's a harsh selection done, and you cannot get admission, maybe with your grades, to all the university where you would like to study. So what we do is help you and support you by personal guidance by our expert team through the jungle of application to universities that offer scholarships and free education. Succeed and enroll in one of Europe's excellent academic environments and benefit from high quality higher education with accredited world class universities, top quality living conditions, and very positive prospects for your future career and life. That was the perfect triangle in a summary. And now I'm going to explain to you a little bit the features, the components, and step about how we work. So, how to predict your admission chances? We take information from past data in our vast database and compare your profile with the variables to find a match, which helps us predict your admission chances with ease. YUF structures the available information for you in clear lists where you can easily get an overview, compare, mark, and manage your favorite options, and directly ask us to assist you with your application at any point of the process. We're just one fingertip away, right? In a second step, we suggest options to you with a high individual chance of admission to a university that exactly matches your profile. No other platform, be guaranteed, or agency is able to offer this service to you. And it's very, very important if you really want to go and end up at a university where you do not have to pay tuition fees, where you can afford your studies, and where you're going to get the best studies of your field. So, our AI powered system ensures that you find the probability of admission to your chosen universities with minimum effort. You get access to our panel of assisted experts who provide end to end support for all your application activities. And you don't miss out on important deadlines, information, or know-how relevant to your admission process. This can be very crucial because if you hand in an application where one file and one document or one stamp is missing, you might miss the whole application process and just be forced to try again the next year. So we want to avoid these mistakes. We really want to help you to succeed and get admission to one of our top choice of your top choice universities. Get assistance on visa support activities like visa submission documents, interview questions, and the like. And we assist you in getting all the information you need on accommodation facility in your host countries. And we even do work as an agency to provide accommodation. And it doesn't stop here. We help you find quality project and internship opportunities with top institutions and companies in Europe. If you like, become a part of our network once you're admitted. You can work here and consult fellow students about your key to success in a peer to peer system and keep in touch with us and become part of our community. So, the process is quite easy. You download the assisted mobile app and register with your academic information. And then you begin the search. You choose your country or countries, you choose the courses that you would like to take, mechanical engineering, whatsoever. And then we will predict the admission probability to the universities that you chose. And you can make the decision, okay, yeah, these guys said that there's a high probability of admission, I'm going to apply by myself. Or you decide to apply via YUF and have the guarantee that the application will be handled in time completely with the right quality of the right documents, and you will surely get admission to one of your chosen universities. Then you can opt in and opt out for our service to prepare your study visa, for accommodation, and for our student network. All of this with the assisted mobile app, which is for free. So you can download the app for free, and you can use our AI intelligence device also for free in order to identify the best university options for you. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about scholarships and free education in Germany and in other places in Europe. So brace yourselves, this is important, because it will, if you listen very carefully, maybe enable you to finance your studies in Europe. Let me have a little bit of coffee and I'll be right back. Okay. So talking about scholarships, depending on the criteria applicable, European universities are known to offer scholarships that include not just tuition fees, but sometimes even accommodation and other expenses. Some of the most commonly seen scholarships include starter scholarships, academic scholarships, public funding, governmental scholarships, scholarships for living expenses, social grants, fee waivers, Erasmus scholarships, which is a special component, and many more options. Then, in addition to scholarships that might only cover a part of your costs, or be only for the tuition fees, or be only for a part of the living expenses, you can, of course, also try to get student loans, which is, as I know, not the same, but is still in very many cases a good option. Um, as many government funded and non government funded loan resources offer loans which are often with zero or very low interest rates to students looking for financial support for their international higher education. Even universities in Germany and Europe have established their very own student loan schemes to promote and support foreign students to study abroad. Some of the things you should keep in mind when planning for a student loan include: the student loan schemes are often limited and may not cover all your study and living expenses. If it's a public scheme, it might not charge interest, however, there may be limitations on the time duration of the payback. So make sure you get the details up front on those terms. Non-government resources will have low interest rates, but might have limitations on the amount that you can borrow. And the student loan schemes can be your complementary fund that you may need to find other sources to cover remaining costs of your study abroad, to make sure to do a thorough check on the terms and conditions before you start. Because many students we find have a mixed financial model. Part of it is parents' help or a relative's help, part of it is a student loan, part of it is a scholarship, so that you can make sure you can use all the resources. So, of course, better than a loan is a scholarship. And we mentioned the loan because in Germany it's hard to rely on scholarships, but if you get some, they can certainly add a high amount of money in your budget to cover your living expenses while studying in Germany. And there's a wide variety of them, and it's highly suggested that you go get and seek one. And by the way, once you apply via YUF and the assisted mobile app, you can always choose the bottom to talk to an expert who also does advice on scholarships, if scholarship advice is not automatically provided by the AI tool, right? So if you go and search for scholarships in Germany, you'll find the Deutschlandstipendium, which is a 350 to 450 euros scholarship for gifted students, for well-chosen, merited students, and you can apply for it once you're admitted to a German university. There are scholarships by the German Academic Exchange Service, which I'm going to tell you more about in a second, and privately funded scholarships. But important to say, we have foundations that award scholarships to international students. They are mostly talent promoting, but they also have a political orientation. So Friedrich Ebert Foundation is the foundation of the Social Democratic Party, while Heinrich Böll Foundation is the foundation of the Green Party in Germany and will mostly fund students who have been activists in green and environmental sustainability movements. And Hans Böckler, for example, is a foundation that wants to promote talent from working class families, so for first generation academics. So you'll find a whole range of institutions for different target groups to get scholarships, and we highly recommend that you get consultancy with our expert team at the Assisted Mobile app so that we can help you through the jungle of the offers. And additionally, some universities share scholarships to international students to help them and to boost their attractiveness. If you are interested in scholarships in general and all the possibilities, then please visit the website of the DAAD. It is a large organization whose mission is to promote the internationalization of German universities by creating countless funding and counseling opportunities for inbound and outbound talented students in Germany. Since they came into existence in 1925, millions of foreign students have benefited from the DAAD's services. Today, they have a rich list of available scholarships for international students, and as I said, I highly recommend you to get some or to get at least the information whether you qualify and fulfill the requirements for the application. Now let's move to France, a country that we have not mentioned before, but that is also quite popular among international students. And however, the study and living costs in France is not always affordable. And although an annual tuition fees at public universities is low, it could get as high as 10,000 euros at private universities, and the living cost is around 10,000 euro, maybe by now more per year. Fortunately, there are a number of French scholarships for international students that are on offer, like the Eiffel Excellence Scholarships, the École Normale Supérieure International Selection, Ampère Scholarships of Excellence at the ENS de Lyon, and many other scholarships. These are quite elitist scholarships that I mentioned to you here, really awarded to excellent students that prepared for a long time, but there are also other schemes available. Also, Sweden can be a good place. You will have to pay tuition fees, but there are scholarships provided by the Swedish Institute dedicated to international students applying to master's degree programs. Most of the scholarship programs, by the way, are dedicated to master students because you have to have some academic records, and the scholarship funding organization wants to know whether you succeeded or not in your BA degree. That's why there are scholarships available for master and later for PhD. For bachelor students, unfortunately, it's almost impossible to get real governmental scholarships if it's not your own government funding. Scholarships, going back to Sweden, scholarships are also offered through the WISPY program, the partnership between Sweden and Eastern European countries, and the awards are offered to students who apply to programs focusing on subject areas related to sustainability, innovation, and corporate social responsibility. Scholarships are in Sweden also offered by individual university, and each institution is free to decide the amount, duration, and admission criteria for the scholarships. In many cases, these scholarships are country specific. They are offered to international students from certain countries. For example, if a university cooperates very closely Middle East, they might prefer to offer scholarships to students from Egypt, from Morocco, from Tunisia. If the university cooperates quite closely with West Africa, then there might be special scholarships for Nigeria and so on. So, this would be independent from other types of organizations. And then there's, of course, also the Study Portal Scholarship, the International Distinction Award. And I'm moving to a last country. This is actually just to give you the idea that in every country, no matter where you go to and where you decide to go to, you can find governmental and non-governmental scholarships for your specific country, for your specific fields of study. It's just a matter of really carefully navigating through the information, and at any time, as I say, getting our support in order to find the right offer. In Finland, Finnish government and EU scholarships are available for international students via the so-called Erasmus Mundus program, where Finnish universities participate in a huge part of programs. And Aalto University and the University of Helsinki offer scholarship for international students from outside the EU-EEA region for master programs. And also other universities offer these scholarships. Maybe before I introduce you to our wonderful assisted mobile app and all its features, now you can also search for scholarships there. I should mention two things. Please consider a scholarship application is always a separate, in most of the cases, a separate application from the application for admission to a university. And sometimes the deadlines for scholarship applications are earlier than they are for the university admission. So this is something that you definitely have to consider. And we will also provide information in our assisted mobile app how to help you bit out write letters of motivation, how to be really successful. Now let's get started. If you want to use this feature, sorry, I have another maybe 7 minutes to talk, and then you can ask your question. I'll just take a little sip of coffee. And we'll continue with the last part. So, if you want to use this YUF feature and get really cheap and free study options and get access to all of these scholarship options, you should definitely download the Assisted Mobile app, because YUF is a feature of the Assisted Mobile app. We aim to be the world #1 mobile app for international education, higher education in Europe. And this is much more than just another student app, as you will see. So I think my team has already instructed you. No, if not, tech team, if you can be so kind to put the information how to download the assisted mobile app. It's available in the App Store, of course, and also on our website. So you can download it and get your type in your academic profile. And once you did this, you can navigate through all the system. We are aiming at connecting, as you can see here, students, experts, and universities. Students who are looking to study overseas for the higher education can use the app for searching and applying to top universities, getting virtual counseling, participating in discussion forums, get information and support for visa processing, projects, accommodation, and other features. Educational experts can get access to an active student community and guide them for their higher education needs. They can even conduct online counseling and events to promote their services or participate in forum discussions and more. Educators can register their universities here and promote their study program to a diversified student community. They can post news and events on upcoming programs or accreditations received to attract more students to their institute via the mobile app. So the point is, we do not only have universities on display that actively advertise within the assisted mobile app, but we do have universities from all over the world that by our artificial intelligence system are all contained. So the process flow is an easy one. You download the app, which is available both for iOS and Android formats and can be downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store. Create your profile, an attractive profile with all your information that will supplement your search and enable us to find the best matching study program for you. You can search through a wide range of university options using multiple filters to find your best choice. There's a lot to do, like joining virtual events, reading up on news and articles for good housing options, and book an appointment for counseling online or offline. You can also share the app, of course, with your peers. And now, just quickly, I want to draw your attention to our wonderful search engine. This is really the best search engine that you can find if you want to compare different university options in different countries. You can get the details on their study programs, intake periods, scholarship options, and you can filter your search based on countries, study programs, tuition fees, but also, for example, English language requirement. And if you're confused between two or more schools, you can simply use the compare feature to evaluate them on different parameters to choose the best for you, which is really, we are the only persons, the only app who offer this service to you, who give you the possibility to compare the features over the countries. Because normally you find, for example, you can find all the University of Switzerland or of Austria, of Italy, but to compare among the countries and really find the best option is something that we do. And another advantage is that, of course, if you use our search engine, you'll find the structure of the information always structured in the same way. So there is no need to browse websites of universities for hours and try to find the information that you need. There are events, there's more to see on housing and accommodation. And via the assisted mobile app, we get you connected to Europe's #1 internship portal, Praxis. With an exposure to international work environment, this is once you're admitted to a European university, we will open up this portal to you and boost you to get a very, very good internship practice if you like. Of course, we offer chats and forums, and we can also opt to see an agent personally. And to visit this agent personally, we have our agents and experts all over the world. So no matter where you are, we can make sure that you'll get guidance also personally. But we believe in our online assisted experts, as with a drastic increase in online services, it's now essential to have virtual options for communication in higher education. With the assisted expert feature, you get the opportunity to connect with an international education expert with years of experience and knowledge in the European higher education sector, who can guide you in each and every aspect of your European university admission process. As I said, and already some people in the audience are asking to help them with scholarships. Scholarships in form of full or partial tuition fee waivers are the most common international scholarships offered by universities and are usually in the academic category. Tuition fee scholarships are the next best thing to fully funded scholarships, in a sense that a good portion of your study costs already covered. With the assisted mobile app, you can browse through the wide range of your scholarship options available for different countries and locate the option that best suits your profile. Additionally, you can choose to talk to our assistant experts who are fully equipped to guide you through the procedures. So a few words on accommodation, because I already took half an hour and you might have questions. So within the assisted mobile app, we have an accommodation feature with which we eliminate the need to browse for you to browse for hours. Instead, we bring unlimited housing options at your fingertips. You get details of the apartments with price, dimension, contact information, and pictures. As accommodation provider, you can post offers, you can share uploaded housing information with good images and showcase your apartment. And as a student, you can also talk to an expert to get consultation, whether, for example, this apartment is in a good position to the university where you have been admitted to. It can be sometimes really confusing where you should live. And after the visa question, the accommodation question is the second most frequently asked question after admission to a university, because of course you would like to know where you're going to live when you study abroad, right? Also, visa support, this is of course the #1 question right before the accommodation question. So we also offer visa support for you, whether for higher education or internships. The assisted mobile app offers services to support all your visa related requirements from A to Z. You can get all the information from visa procedures to documents, interviews, and more. Talk to our experts virtually and get step-by-step assistance, like which type of visa, how to apply, where to apply, documents needed, how to crack the visa interview, and questions like what is the insurance needed? I need to show this to the guys from the embassies. Please help me to make sure that I got the right documents, because you only got one chance to apply and to speak and get interviewed for a visa. And if you don't have all the right documents ready and so on, you might not get a second chance. So it's crucially important that you don't don't miss out any documents or deadlines or whatever for applying for the visa. Now I'm closing the circle. This is my second last slide, I believe. YUF offers an artificial intelligence powered system that ensures that you do not wonder about the possibilities of admission, but get a definite picture as to which specific universities you are eligible, universities that do not charge tuition fees, or that charge tuition fees, depending on the countries where you want to go. And how you can proceed with the admission process. This is also what we are helping you with. We predict by analyzing data of next to 500 higher education institutions to predict to which universities you are likely to be admitted with your personal qualification record. YUF supports you throughout the application process and makes sure that your application reaches the university of your choice. With YUF, succeed and enroll in one of Europe's excellent academic environments and benefit from high quality higher education, living conditions, and very positive prospects of your future career and life. This is where to find us if you didn't find the app already in the Google Play Store or in the App Store. And yes, this is basically all recommended. For me, I say thank you and I invite you to download the Assisted Mobile app now and find all of these features. I can re-explain parts of the process if you still have questions and there was something that wasn't completely clear. I can answer questions to your individual endeavors. If they are not too, narrowly focused on one certain case that I might not be the right expert for, I will always try, of course, to answer everything as good as I can. So the tech team has activated the Q&A mode, and we have something like 15 to 20 minutes for all of your questions. If you have so many questions, if you don't have question because it was so clear, or you rather, log into the app and look for your options first and then get help and support from the backend experts, this is also, of course, a very good option, might be even the better option. So Hussein was already asking in the beginning whether we can help to find postdoc options in European countries. Um, with the assisted mobile app that we are presenting here today, we cannot, because this is focused on master programs. We do contain BA programs, but already at PhD level, admission in Europe is well very different, or very different even from university to university. So it's difficult to collect AI intelligence, artificial intelligence, and develop schemes to really put this in an app and a platform. But Hussein, I can still maybe give you some information or give you some guidance on what you should do. So if you have your field of studies and your level and where you did your PhD, then it's possibly already easier to narrow down where you should apply. And postdoc positions in Europe are almost always, I'd say, connected to the professorship that is calling for this postdoc connection. I mean, if you did a PhD already, you are a researcher. I probably don't need to tell you the connection to the professors in the field is the most important thing. And once a postdoc position in one of the academic employment portals in Europe-wide, there are European employment portals where you can look for job advertisements. All of the postdoc positions at European public universities, for example, have to be announced publicly, not necessarily Europe-wide. So I think it's a good idea to think which countries could be worth it, then to find out which are the advertisement platforms per country. So, for example, in Germany, this is www.academics.de. This is a very big national portal where all the academic positions are announced. And then you can filter according to your specialities, to your foci. And I would also say, because I mean, it depends on your domain, but normally there is only a number of university that actively looks for postdoc in this field. So this is the other possibility to actively monitor postdoc positions. But this is really like a job application, in most of the cases, like a job application. So this is really different business than what we're doing. And they would like to know whether we can help to apply for scholarships. Um, yes, we can. If you download the assisted mobile app and go through the procedure that I just described, and you make your choice and you find out to which university you qualify, then you can just, get in touch with a consultant via the assisted mobile app, and all the questions that you can't answer yourself or where you need guidance, somebody is going to pick up the case and going to consult you with to which scholarships you're actually eligible. So exactly, you're exactly at the right place, because the assisted mobile app was made to do exactly this, to help students to find study spots, study placements, and scholarships. So I've seen these two questions before. They were already asked during the session. So maybe also the others who participate, you have any questions. As I said, I have quite a long time of experience in Europe and it's higher education. So I wouldn't say I can answer any question. Normally in every session, there's one answer that I can't give. But this is a good opportunity to use. So please just go ahead. And I'll mute myself and have some coffee while you're thinking about your questions. Yes, great. So that you can just, take your time. I mean, in this live session, we won't unfortunately have the time to go with you through the whole app, but it's no problem because you don't miss out on anything. You'll find the team available at any time via the app, or also, via email, if the app doesn't get to work. Sometimes, of course, happens, not in the majority of cases. Yeah. That the app guides you by yourself. So you may the point is that you have to make some decisions first, because we can't decide for you um, to which university you would like to go. What we do is we show you um, which options there are, And I think it takes time, you can't do this in 5 minutes. You have to type in your academic profile, um, and then decide which field of study you would like to study. This is also something very personal, I mean, of course, engineers are always wanted, but if you're not very talented to become an engineer, so we don't actually do any, let's say, skills consulting. We don't do any consulting about whether we find it a good choice for you if you study engineering or biology or biochemistry. What we do is we tell you, okay, once you decided you want to study a master of biochemistry in France or in Germany, on Europe in general, we can help you find the best option. Yeah. So I must admit, there are some decisions, yes, that you have to take, of course, before. Uh, are there any scholarships available for management programs? Um, okay. So, most of the scholarships actually that I was explaining about, for example, in Germany, it works like this. It is, for example, on a master's level. So the German Academic Exchange Service has a scholarship scheme offered to international students to study master program in Germany. And students from all subject fields can apply, from social and cultural anthropology, languages, management programs, of course. And then there's a selection procedure. And if you're a very convincing candidate, you can, of course, be selected and then study management in Germany. Mm, I'd say that at some universities, and we would have to look further into the details, like these universities in Finland that we mentioned, possibly universities in France, um, they do have special scholarship schemes connected to management programs. This is nothing that I can filter right now, but within the mobile app, once you download it, we can certainly filter that. I'd be a little bit careful with one thing. Management programs, especially MBAs, are never free of tuition fee. So within the program that we offer, for example, in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, you will find you can do a master's of management, of marketing, of economics, and so on, but not an MBA for free. An MBA will always require tuition fees, I guess. This is my guess. And then the scholarship might just be to reduce the tuition fees. So what I think is that it's quite difficult to find a scholarship for an MBA that covers tuition fees plus living expenses. Because this is actually the key thing that universities earn money with. Um, so I think this is very difficult, but for regular master programs that are, for example, focusing on management information systems and so on, it's very possible to find programs free of tuition fees. And then there are the regular scholarship schemes, of course, that we can help you find. Okay, right. And do you have a bachelor already? And if yes, from which country and from, I don't need to say from which school, um, but it's very important to be aware that, I mean, you can browse for options free of tuition fees, also on the bachelor's level in our assisted mobile app. This is possible. For example, in Germany, again, there are bachelor programs taught in English to international students that do not charge tuition fees. This is not the case in many countries, but and there are also programs with us on display, and you can check the requirements and so on. But for bachelor students, there are almost, I'd say, no scholarships available for international bachelor students because, um, how shall I put it? The funding organization that issues scholarships wants to see an academic merit, and they want to see, is this person really good at his or her field, and does the person qualify? And a simple high school degree doesn't qualify. So they see it like an investment, they want to see, okay, this guy did a very, very good BA of electrical engineering, so he will be the one who is going to be funded to do his master. If you do, for example, very weak Bachelor of Engineering, scholarship funding organizations will say, well, this may be not the most talented and the most gifted person. We're going to fund another one who maybe does, I don't know, theology or marine sciences, but is very, very good in his field. This is why you absolutely need the bachelor's degree in order to qualify for applying to scholarship options on the master's level. If you have questions with that, I can just go back um, to show you the website and then write an email to us, and my staff will answer you if there's anything we can do with the app, because the app is great, but it cannot do magic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 2 more questions, and then we'll have a final video for you. Okay, I think we'll answer all the rest of your questions via email or within the app system. And if you have more questions, we'll be delighted to hear from you. We'll be delighted to help all of you to get the next step and find a perfect destination to study abroad in Europe. That's it for today from my part. I hope this was useful for you, and I would now like to ask the tech team to play the final video. Thank you very much for today. Take care and bye bye. I can't see that the video is ready for playing. I can't actually start it from here. But anyways, so, okay, there it is. Thanks to your tech team.